Hello my beautiful people, and welcome back to another video on my channel. And in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to get that soft glam beat. And so let's get into it. So the first things first, here I just like washed my face and did my whole skincare routine and everything, and make sure my face is moisturized and ready to go, because if your skin is crusty and dusty, your makeup is not gonna look good. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my primer. I have the e.l.f. Hydro Grip primer, so I'm gonna go in with that first. Like, don't be part of the people that think that primer doesn't do anything for you. Please do not be part of that group or association of people. Cool. First thing that I do is my brows, and so I'm gonna teach y'all a little something about these brows. See, I've bought like brow gel and brow glue. I've used edge control. I've used a lot of stuff to like keep my brows in place, but nothing compares to this. There's got to be this ultra glued. This stuff is like literally the only thing that really keeps my eyebrows in place all day. And so I just put that on a spoolie and I just shape my brows. I'm sorry, it's the, what's it called? The reason why it's a little white is because I have sunscreen on my face, and so like when I'm putting the products, it kind of activates it, but it's gonna go away. Yeah, it's because I have sunscreen on. Boom. Now it's time to conceal them. So me personally, I do not fill in my brows anymore. I feel like whenever I try to fill in my brows, it gives like that cakey, not that cakey, that box look. Them 2016 box brows. That's what I feel like it gives whenever I try to fill my brows in. And I'm just like, my brows are pretty full. Like, they're not like sparse. So I personally don't fill them in, but if you do have like sparse brow hairs, I recommend using like a pen. Like a pen, one of those brow pens, because it helps to give it like that hair like effect. Yeah, but now I'm just gonna get in, and I use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade, this is a deep chestnut. I thought I got deep cinnamon. Oh well, yeah, deep chestnut. And I'm gonna start to conceal my brows. And this is a brush. This is the brush that I use, like focus right here. It has to be flat. I think that's a mistake I've made in the past when it comes to like concealing my brows, is using like a really thick brush. Like I would use brushes like this, but you need something that's flat. Like I've seen people who actually like use paintbrushes. Like it just needs to be flat because it makes it easier to carve and stuff like that. So put a little bit of, I literally use my hand. The back of my hand, whenever I finish my makeup, the back of my hand looks ridiculous, okay? So I use the back of my hand to do all this. But yeah, basically the trick is to just, I start off like this, and you have to be really, like, take your time and really be precise with it. And just start to make that line. I like to start from like right here by my nose and like make that angle. And once I get to like right there, I stop. Put a little bit more concealer in my hand if I need it. And then I dip it in, of course. But then, sorry guys. This is when I start to act like make sure you don't have too much product in your hand, because if you have a lot of product on your brush, not your hand, on your brush, it's gonna make it harder for you to control, and the product is gonna go everywhere. Just have like a good amount where it's not dry, but it's not like dripping wet, and you're just gonna kind of like use it and like carve it out like this. Y'all see what I'm doing? Because the reason why I do it like that is because if I go like this, I necessarily can't see what I'm doing. But when I go like this, I can see, I'm able to create the line that I want. I don't like the halo effect with the brows. Like I want them to look as natural as possible, but also very shaped. That's how I like my brows. I want them to look. Now I'm going over the top, get a little bit more concealer, and you're just literally gonna follow this shape. Like I'm just lining it. I'm not going over. I'm literally just following the line of how I shaped my brows. That's why it's very important to like shape your brows, because it helps it easier. It makes it easier for you to carve them out when they're already shaped, so you're not having to, you know, just like that. And then the next side, I go and do the same thing. Start off from the angle right here, make that line. Once I can't see anymore, I just go in and begin to form that line that I want. Okay, I think it's decent. Okay, going with a bit of a lighter concealer. Where is it? My lighter concealer is in my hold on. Is my Too Faced Born This Way sculpting concealer. This concealer is literally the best concealer ever. I put a little bit on my hand. See, it's a bit lighter. A bit of that, and then I just put it on my eyelid because we're gonna do eyeshadow, so I need to have just a little base. Just put a little bit on my lid, and I'm trying to like create like a little bit of this like ombre effect kind of going on. So once I look really ridiculous, but anyways, I get a brush and I kind of just blend it out. And if you feel like while you're blending it out it's a bit dry, I always get an elf, I always get a setting spray, like a setting mist, set my whole face. Helps to wet the concealer to make it blend easier. That's just if you feel like it's a bit dry, like if you let your eyebrows sit for maybe a little bit too long, and like, because you want it to be seamless. Like you don't want it, because if it's dry and you're blending it out, it's literally just gonna leave patches on your face. And as you can tell, I have not used the beauty blender. I don't really use beauty blenders unless like I have too much product on my face, like I put too much of like foundation or something and I want it to look more natural. I'll get a beauty blender and I'll use it to remove the excess, because it's a sponge. It's literally gonna soak up everything. And it wouldn't give the coverage, because we're trying to, you know, it wouldn't give the look that it needs to. So now that the brows are done, we're gonna get into the eyeshadow. And the funny thing is that I've never been like an eyeshadow type of girly. Like I will literally put bronzer on my face and go. Like, but right now I'm going in with my one size loose powder, and I'm just setting the concealer that we just blended out on my eyelid. Y'all see it? See how like that just mattified? I'm gonna use my bronzer, my Fenty Beauty bronzer, and I'm just gonna put that on my eyelid. I'm just gonna put it on the outside, and I'll show you guys why. Like I'm just gonna put it like this. Y'all see what I'm doing? Put it kind of like right there, not in the middle because we're gonna do something there. A little bit up into the brows. This is also a very natural like eyeshadow look. This is, yeah. So after I hit it, my bronzer, I'm gonna use this dark brown shade right here. I'm gonna give it like this depth to it, kind of. I'm gonna put it right here, just on the outside part. Right there. I'm gonna put a little bit right here just on the outside part. I'm gonna get another brush and we're just gonna like blend it into what we already have going on over here. And then I might add a little bit more. Just right here. Just a little bit on the outside part. And we're gonna blend it out. Once we have like that going on. We're gonna get concealer, very tiny bit of the same e.l.f. concealer. Like this e.l.f. concealer is so good, guys, and I recommend it. Like it really does the job. Go like this and make like a rainbow kind of. Yeah, go like that. For mine, I have like kind of hooded eyes, so I'm doing it like where, like, you know, when I'm looking, like I want that part of my eye to be highlighted, you know, because if I were to go up and higher, it just doesn't really work with my eye shape. So I'm just doing this small part of my eye. Same thing on the other side. So then after I do that, I'm gonna go in with a brush, a tiny little, I need a tinier, smaller one. Small little. So basically I'm gonna go in next with, this is the lighter color that I'm talking about right here. Ugh. This palette is actually from my aunt's makeup line. It's really good. Her eyeshadows are very pigmented. Oh, okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my lighter color, and I'm just gonna like put that where we put our concealer. Honestly, with makeup, it's okay if I feel like it's okay when it gets messy, because you can always like fix it. So if it gets everywhere, like into the other colors, you can just go back and like touch it up, so it's fine. Kind of see, I'm just putting it right there. Go in with our darker color that we use and hit that part just a little bit. Remember, just on the outsides. Okay. And then get another brush or whatever brush you know, and just kind of like dust it out. Just diffuse it, because you want everything to kind of blend together, and kind of just play with it till you get what you want, you know. That's kind of what I'm gonna do. I can't lie. The thing that's going around that say there's no rules to makeup, there really isn't. Like, I'm showing you guys how to do this look like this way. I can also show you how to do it another way. Because like when you look at people who are really like, you love their makeup and you love their style and stuff like that, and you get another person that you love their makeup and you love their style, I bet you they don't have the same like routine. They don't do the same exact steps. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Like using my hair. On that white part that we put, I'm gonna add just a little shimmer to it. Sometimes your fingers do a better job than a brush. Okay, now that I got the look that I'm going for, I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna do my eyeliner. Should I do my eyeliner now? Yeah, I'm gonna do my eyeliner now because I want to teach y'all something. I'm gonna start off, I use a pen, and I just start from my inner corner and just draw a line. But then you see how like it's like there's a distance? I just draw the line and then I go back and I fill it in. You can make it however thick you want. Once I draw my line, then I start on that wing. And I just flick up. I make the angle that I want. Like that. And then I cross it over. Ooh. Okay. With the aligner, if you feel like it's not sharp, I'm gonna show y'all how you can fix that in a minute. So just draw it however you can, you know, and we're gonna fix the wing later. Okay, so that's essentially the eye look for now, and I'm gonna show y'all how we gonna do this base and how we gonna fix the eyeliner mess. Okay, so basically we want, when it comes to your makeup, you want a clear like plain base, okay? And so I'm gonna go back in with my e.l.f. concealer in my shade, like you want to tone that to your skin tone. So I put a little bit on my hand again, this e.l.f. See how much I like use this concealer today? Like this is so good. Anyways, so you're gonna go in and like I said, you want that clear base, the concealer, and we're gonna put it on all of our dark spots and redness and stuff like that. Because you see this just came up, like it doesn't want me to be great, but we're gonna cover you up real quick. So every little dark spot, every little whatever you want to cover, go in with your concealer and just patch. We're literally doing patchwork right now. Okay, so I think I'm chill, kind of like let that sit. Okay, I used the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. So it's this liquid filter. I know most people use this and then they put a foundation on top, but I just recently haven't been liking foundation. It's just a no for me, because ever since I've just done this, like I feel like my beats look more flawless. Because don't get me wrong, those foundations and everything when you do your makeup, they look good on camera, like camera makeup. I feel like in person it looks like you just got a lot, but what this e.l.f. Halo Glow, it looks to me and it feels like just straight skin. And so I go in, that's what I use. So basically I put a little bit of it on the back of my hand. I told you my hand is gonna, like, y'all, this is what my hand currently looks like. So then I put a little bit on the back of my hand. I don't put too much at all, because I feel like once you conceal what you need to, you know, do too much with the foundation. I feel like that's why people put a lot of foundation on, is because they're trying to like conceal all those dark spots, like they don't want it to show through. But once you just do this little trick right here and get you just a little, even if it's a tinted moisturizer, like you can do the same thing. It doesn't have to be the liquid Halo Glow, but I love how lightweight it is, and it still gives me that glow, and it just gives skin to me, like the parts we concealed. And I love to just go over it like this, like y'all see the difference? My forehead just a bit. Don't do it under your eyes because we're gonna put concealer there. That's low-key it. Do you even see any dark spots, like any redness? No, we don't. Okay, after we do that, we're gonna go in with contour. Our stick is Fenty Beauty, and I just put a little bit on my brush, go on my cheekbones up here, and then go on my forehead, and then we're gonna clean that up because that was a lot. And then we're gonna go down here. We're just gonna blend that out, wipe off any excess. Like if I feel like I put too much on my brush, so I'm gonna wipe it off on my hand. So then okay, after I've done my contour, it is now time for a concealer. So I go in with, I don't use e.l.f. I use my Too Faced Born This Way for my under my eyes and all my concealer spots. This, put that much. I used to put so much concealer before, but I just realized like you don't need that much, honestly. And I'm gonna show you how we're gonna fix up our eyeliner. Just a little bit on the forehead and just down the nose. And so we're gonna get a little bit of concealer on the back of our hands. We're gonna literally clean up, conceal the liner. Make sure it's not too much product on here, because if it's too wet, the product will go everywhere and then get into your liner and mess it up. So make sure it's like not wet, but not dry. Just like that. Where your contour like ends is where you should put your concealer. Always kind of like look from my ear, you know, to see where to like put it. Like you want it to be thing where my contour ends. We just want to we're just essentially defining, snatching. You're snatching the face. There you go. And so I'm just gonna let that sit and stay. And then right at this point, I'm gonna go in with my Dewy Coconut Setting Mist from e.l.f. and just set my entire face, because when you're dealing with all these wet products, you don't want it to dry while you're blending out, because then it's just gonna be patchy. So I'm just gonna let that dry just for a tiny bit. We're gonna fan ourselves, let that concealer dry, and then we're gonna go in with our blending brush. Like I said, no beauty blender. You want that full coverage. You want that soft beat, soft glam. Brushes is the way to go. And also the type of brush you use literally matters. Okay, this brush to blend out my concealer, and I used to use this one's also really good. I know the Real Techniques one too. This one, like brushes like this, they're just kind of like feathered out. This one's a little bit more dense than this, but I'm really loving this one to blend out my concealer. Okay, so we're about to start blending. I mean, you're literally tapping. I don't want to, no swipey, no swipe or no swiping, okay? We're literally gonna tap it in. Tap, 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 tap until you blend it out. So like this, I'm gonna show you how we're gonna fix that later, where it's like, you can obviously see like where it starts and where it, you know, we want an ombre look. And so I'm gonna show you how to do that. But just first, just tap out all the concealer. Then we're gonna start on the outer edges. I'm like using this part to like kind of shape my nose. And then I'm gonna go like this and tap it, like get all the way up in there. And then the same thing, tap, 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 tap. So now, oh, I forgot about this part. I just kind of go like this. Like when it comes to this, just drag it down. Okay, suck it in. That's, I guess, is another way to like really get the angle correct, is when you go like this. Let it be on that line. Okay, so then after that, you're gonna go in with your foundation brush or whatever brush you use to put your Halo Glow, your tinted foundation, moisturizer, whatever you used. You're going to use that to fix this concealer. You don't need it. Don't put more product on. Just literally use just the brush from earlier and literally just start to diffuse, because we don't want harsh lines. Just the outer corners, not the actual, no, the edges that are like showing. Then the same thing out here, only in the places where it's like you can see the line of demarcation. And then right here too, I just go in and just kind of go on the line over it just a little bit, because like I said, you want to kind of like diffuse it. Like you want that to be there, but you don't want it to be there, like, you know. See, you can still see it's there, but you can't see the harsh line. After I do all that, setting spray, boom, setting spray. You want all your because literally what it does, especially at this step, is help all your liquids to like set everything to blend together. So then after I do that, I get my fawn. Once that like dries down, I have a setting powder, compact. So this one, we have, of course, my one size, my loose, and you have your compact one to set. And this one is like more of like this is like my skin tone, okay? And I feel like this is literally what helps with flashback, because I know a lot of people that go straight into, oh, concealer, and then go straight into this. I feel like that's kind of what causes flashback, in my opinion. When you go over like with this first, with your powder puff, hit this first, and then you go in with your brightening. You make sure you check everything. If your concealer, like you feel like you're like under your eye is creasing, like there's lines or whatever, go in with that concealer brush and just tap it and like blend it out just once more before you put the powder. Because once you put the powder, it's gonna set, it's gonna stay like however the way it looks. You don't want wrinkles, which is kind of inevitable to not have like creasing under your eyes, but you can make it better and way less than, if anything. With my powder puff, and I'm using this compact powder, and I'm gonna set everywhere I put my concealer. Down my nose, then under my eye again. Look, you just set everywhere. Oh my gosh, I forgot about my liquid blush, guys. I can't believe I forgot about my liquid blush. It's kind of sad. I use lipstick for my liquid blush, and I just kind of put it like over my contour. Blend it out, put a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my forehead. Just go in with this little brush right here. A little bit into my concealer, then a little bit on my actual cheeks, and I kind of like build it up. Like I want it to be kind of round, like around my edges. So I tap, 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 tap. Honestly, when you go in with your loose powder, it's gonna like diffuse the blush anyway, so it's not gonna be as bright as it is right now. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, just tap it out, make sure everything is blended, blended, blended. Okay, so then now we're gonna go in with my One Size loose, what is it called? Ultimate Setting Powder. This really is from like my matte girlies. If you love that matte look, this is really for you. I feel like if you like more of a dewy look, or like, I feel like the Laura Mercier, I also have that, is really good. And when it comes to these powders, make sure like knowing your skin type is really important, because I know I'm oily, so I need something that's gonna help to like control my oil. And so I know the One Size is really good at that. And also the Huda Beauty really does give you that good blur. The Huda Beauty, this one too. And one thing especially if you're like getting into makeup and you're trying to try out different things, I don't recommend buying like the full size unless you know like that's what you want, like, you know, that's my shade and everything. Because like, look, for the Huda, I bought the mini one, and this is not even like, I can use it, but it's not like my perfect shade. But I bought the Laura Mercier ones, and they last a long time, so sometimes it's not as necessary to get the big one unless like, you know, you love it, you know it works, and you do more makeup, so you might want a bigger one like this. But other than that, try out the minis, just try them out. They're even cheaper too. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start with my chin. And at this moment, we're not baking, we're just putting powder. Then I'm gonna go in here. And then go under. Y'all see the difference, right? Like here and here. I kind of just put it everywhere because I want my whole face to be like, I want the whole face to be matte. Especially, I really like the matte look, because even throughout the day, as my makeup, like I wear it throughout the day, I tend to get that not necessarily dewy, but like that's like, it's not matte, but it's not like dewy, like that in between kind of look that looks more like skin. So I like to make sure like my makeup is really matte in the beginning, so that I know that throughout the day it's gonna get better. The longer the wear, the more better my makeup starts to look. Yeah, I put it everywhere to like still get that matte look, you know, because this powder is really mattifying. And then the places where I want to bake, I go and do that. That's like my round 2, so I get more powder. And like, remember like that line we made earlier, the concealer? I'm gonna do that with our powder. Make sure you get enough. Just let that sit. Then this is better than this side. Let me fix this. Yeah, that's better. Do that. You see. And then now I'm gonna go in with my under eye, under my eyes, and I'm gonna bake. Just let that sit there. This looks really messy, but it works. Why is this powder doing this? Yeah. Careful with your nose. And then, I kind of did too much on this side, so I'm just gonna like dust it off just a bit, but I still want my under eye to be bright. So yeah, just dust off the edges. Just a bit. And let that kind of just sit there. Depending on how, one thing I always do, I change my lighting. So right now I'm in this lighting, but then I'm gonna go to my bathroom mirror and I'm gonna look and be like, okay, how does it look? Because your makeup can look different types of ways. It can look really good in one lighting or really bad. So I always like, when I'm doing my makeup, to get a change of perspective, to go see how it looks in my bathroom and then see how it looks here. And then I'm like, okay, I need to add more of this or tone down on this and that. That's what I kind of do to make sure it looks good in all lighting. So I'm gonna go check real quick. Nose contour, we're gonna get a brush like this, and I'm gonna use my bronzer to nose contour. And I'm gonna start right here. Just gonna go like this and bring it into the eyeshadow under my brow. Because remember, we already put bronzer there earlier, so it's gonna be a good harmony, like it's gonna go well together. So we're gonna start here just a little bit and bring it into the brow. But of course, you will make sure you don't want it to be too harsh. If you feel like you made it a bit too harsh, I get a little bit, just a tiny bit of powder. You know, just go on that line to like kind of diffuse the powder. Kinda heavy like on this part, because this really, I don't go all the way down. You just really need this part to really give that illusion of a snatched nose. And so yeah, you see, I don't know if y'all can see it. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay, next look, it's essentially done, I can't lie. But then I go in with my blush. I used this blush from Juvia's Place, this, and it's very pigmented, so please be careful, don't say I didn't tell you. And I just mixed the both of them just a little bit, and then I just tap, 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 tap a little bit. Just, I'm literally barely doing it. Then just a little bit, and a little bit. And then a little bit on my nose. Just a little bit to bring the warmth. Is going on the sides. Just a little bit. You could probably use a smaller brush, but I'm like a smaller brush, but I'm kind of lazy, so I'm using this. But like I said, don't be scared of the blush, because I mean, you should be scared, but not too scared, because like I said, it's literally gonna disappear from your face. Like, it's the first thing that will disappear. Okay, so then after that is done, we're almost done, guys. Highlighter, a dot, literally just do a dot, and use this small little brush to diffuse it. And that's it. Dot. And then on my bridge of my nose, just a little here. I hit highlight. And that's kind of where I put my highlight. Okay, so now I'm about to go in with my One Size mattifying waterproof setting spray. This stuff is for my matte girlies. This is, if you do not have oily skin, do not use. If you have dry skin, it will dry you out even more, unless you really want that matte look. If not, I recommend the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. And drugstore options that I recommend would be the Milani setting spray or any e.l.f. setting spray. Those are also really good. Eats down, keeps the makeup on till dawn. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I need to stop playing. That was money. But now it's time for my liner. I literally got this from Walmart. It's Wet n Wild multi-stick, literally just a big old crayon. Then I go in with this lipstick that's also from Walmart. It's like $2, and I go in the center, kind of leave it like that. Sometimes if I'm feeling spicy, I'll use a gloss like throughout the night, but I like to start off with the matte and then later on go into a gloss. Now I'm just putting the glue on. I'm gonna see y'all when I'm done. I'm loving the look. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I just came in the lighting to just show you guys how this makeup looks, and y'all, it's eating. Is it not eating? You guys enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Make sure you comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications to know when I post next. Be expecting content all year 2024, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great one. Bye, my beautiful people.